Yo, what's up, guys? So, in this video, I wanted to test the thermal scope, like how far you can see people. And, I kind of wanted to do this for myself, because I always want to know, like, is this thing even worth it? And I will say that it is pretty good, except the whole 5 FPS realism camera thing kind of drives me crazy, as each time that lens flicker comes down from the top, it actually resets your crosshair position, which makes it really hard to use this scope.
Hey, bro.
But yeah, we're just going to test the range here. It's a pretty boring video idea, so you might notice how long this video is, but the second half is not about thermal scopes, if you're wondering. But yeah, this is a pretty simple test. I'm just having him run down the road here. And one complaint I want to talk about with thermal scope is that it's really good, but it's kind of hard because you don't know like what you're looking at. Like down the road there, I have about 10 different objects blocking my view, and I couldn't tell, right? Like I couldn't tell if the dude I'm shooting at's behind a rock. I couldn't, like, and that kind of matters. I mean, you're obviously only going to be able to see him if his body's exposed. You can't see through objects with the thermal scope. But I think that depending if he's behind a bush or behind a rock, it might, you might time your shots differently, things like that. Just from what I've noticed. I should be talking. Okay, about the thermal scope range. Okay, so it looks like we're not about to see him. Now, the problem with this test is that we don't have a rangefinder in the game, so I'm just kind of going to guess about how far he was. As you can see, when I scope out, I couldn't even actually see him. And it's raining, which also kind of made this test better, I feel, because the thermal scope will really shine in low visibility and nighttime, which is also low visibility, I guess. But yeah, I'd say it's effective up to like 250, 300 meters. Kind of hard to determine range in this game, so let's just say 200 to be safe. But if I had to, bet, I'd say 250, because he got to the point where all I was seeing were like pixels of him. Like he was literally rendering in pixels. And I was testing like, oh, is he behind an object? Can I not see him? But no, I was able to see him on the other perspective. Like I was able to basically see his face shield. The face shield is so obvious to see, so that's how I was lining it up. But yeah, at about 300 meters, I couldn't see him anymore, which is pretty good. I did some other range tests in this video, which you will see. But this test, I wanted to show you guys like how good the thermal scope is for anyone who hasn't used it. Downrange, we're playing Where's Waldo. I don't know if you can see our USEC. He's wearing a balaclava and a backpack to give him a bigger profile, and it's pretty hard to see just exactly where he is. But if we were to do a quick scan with the thermal scope, you would see him right away. And I'm testing the hammer just to show you that it's definitely harder, right? Like, I knew he was there, and you guys knew he was there, so it might be easier, but, that big white blimp is definitely harder. There's 2 modes on it also, the white hot and the black hot. I prefer the white hot, as the black hot kind of blends in with objects more. But yeah, overall, I'd say this thing is, it's a support scope, right? Like, this is not something you would want to use by yourself. You want to have a group of people with this, and you're going to be the dude with like an RSAS. I would say an SV98, but with the scope flicker, it's just very hard to align shots, and it's not that zoomed in. I would recommend using this on like an RSAS or something, and kind of staying in the middle or towards the back of your squad, just kind of spotting ahead of them and things like that. It's definitely not a scope you want to be rushing into factory with. I mean, you can, and you could probably get a kill with it and prove me wrong, but every time I've used this scope, I think I've died. I've bought 5 of them and have never gotten a player kill with it. I think, oh no, on Woods I used it once and I got like 2 kills, but it just wasn't fun. There's something about not being able to see what you're shooting at that I just don't like personally. It's like, I don't know, there's something about seeing like, oh, he's behind that box over there, I'm gonna shoot his head. Instead, it's just like, all I see is a head, okay, I'm gonna shoot it. It just feels like a very boring thing, but it is cool, right? Like, I think the thermal scope's awesome. And when a lot of people first heard about the devs introducing a thermal scope into the game, they were like, what the hell? Like, a thermal scope? Because if you've ever played Arma 2, DayZ mod, you'd know that if someone hacked in a thermal scope into the game, they didn't even need their wall hacks. They just, you know what I mean? Like, they just needed the thermal scope in that game because you could see up to like 15 kilometers with it. But in this game, it's definitely not OP. If anything, it puts you at a disadvantage, I feel. unless you were being that support player in your group, which is cool. Also, which is, I'm pretty sure it's confirmed, but even in the description of this scope, it says it can be attached to a helmet, just like the night vision can. So I'm assuming that we're going to be getting a helmet attachment for it, which I think would be cool. I think that will actually be borderline, you know, whether or not it's OP or not. Like, because at the moment, no one's questioning if this thing's OP, which I kind of feel, you know, a thermal scope is definitely OP in real life, right? Like if again, real life, it's different. You have a squad and, you know, everyone knows what they're doing. No one's talking about what they had for dinner in Discord, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to say here. In the video game, it doesn't equate as OP as it would in real life, as also, you know, the whole 5 FPS on the camera thing really makes me look bad at aiming. In all these clips, I'm like missing every shot. For anyone who hasn't used it, you'll probably know that, or for anyone who has used it, you'll know that it's pretty hard to line up shots. As you heard me say in the beginning of the video, your crosshair actually changes position about every like 7 seconds or something. It's really annoying. Like when that screen flicker happens, like test it for yourself. Test it on a stop sign. The crosshair will move a considerable amount, making it pretty hard to hit like precision shots on people. All right. I think that's enough of the thermal scope. In summary, you know, it's good. 200, 300 meters. That's probably where it starts getting iffy. Definitely a support weapon. And yeah. Now on to the second part of the video. And I wanted to, you know, I was going to make this video. I was going to title it like Stupid Video or something. And just congratulate all my diehard subs. I hit my mic there, I'm sorry. But for any of my diehard subs who clicked on a video called Stupid Video. And I was just going to explain like, you know, what you could see on the channel. Because it's kind of weird. I've been trying to make videos on Tarkov, and by trying, I mean I've just been like, I upload a video, and I'm like, wow, my mic sucks, or like the audio was messed up, or like just things like that. And when I started making the armor tests, I got a lot of views on them. Those were some of the first videos where I was talking, and I got a lot of criticism, a lot of, you know, better criticism than I would have expected, which kind of made me do every armor piece in the game, because I really like, you know, all you guys commenting nice stuff, like really nice stuff. You could go read the comments, man, and you guys really do, like, I don't know, you lift my spirits a bit. As long as I make good videos, I guess. That's how that works. But, you know, I don't know. I've only been making good videos, in my opinion, for a month now. And, you know, I've gained, I think, almost 2,200 subscribers in the last 28 days, which is insane. Like, I went from 80 subscribers to 2,800 or 2,600, I think we're at, sorry. But that's just, that's crazy, right? So I kind of have to thank you guys. So I figured I'd do it in this video. I don't know. I really like making videos in that I like that you guys like them. I don't want to make any crappy videos, if that makes sense. And that being said, I mean, I really like testing stuff. I play the game a lot, and it's like, I wonder the same questions that you guys wonder. Like, oh, how many shots does this Ford armor take? Why could I never kill someone with a Makarov? And that's kind of how this all started. You know, pretty much any idea I have, I'll probably test it, and if it works how it's supposed to work, or if it's, you know, a drastic, like, wow, like the laser sight. I was like, this is gonna be a boring video, and then when I tested the spread on it without touching my mouse at all, it was like drastically better. So, you know, there's a lot of things to test. I had someone tell me to test ergonomics, which I was working on, and I couldn't see a difference in it. And it's also being changed. So, you know, probably until the wipe, which is April 19th, by the way, guys. We finally got a date for a wipe. You know, normally they just wipe it in the morning and they're like, have fun with game. It's like, okay, thanks, guys. But we actually have a date, and, you know, probably gonna, you know, there might be like 5 days where I don't upload. Whereas, like, I wish I could upload every day, every other day. Things like armor tests take a while to record and stuff like that. But, you know, basically as often as I can upload a video, that's when I'm going to upload. There's no set schedule, but, you know, I just really like making videos. I don't know. It's a lot of fun, actually. I'm sorry, I'm kind of ranting, but in short, the second half of this video was just kind of saying thank you to you guys. Because if you guys didn't watch the videos, well, then no one would watch the videos. So thank you. I will make videos until I don't want to make videos anymore.